Lego Ninjago. It's been a show that's been around for so long. Like, oh my god, it has been around for so gosh darn long. But yeah, basically it follows some ninja. I would say four, but there's so many more people in the gang now, and some fan favorites. I'd say. Yeah, it's a show I grew up watching. I still occasionally do try and watch it. I even made some old, videos of my Ninjago series. I even tried to make one of recently. That ain't there anymore, unfortunately, sadly. So, yeah, but basically, because it's like Ninjago's 50th anniversary, well, Lego decided to give the fans a brand new set. Something to honor, fans that may not, collect Ninjago that much. It's something just to be a love letter, a thank you to for supporting Ninjago for so long and all that. And this was the set. And I love it. Well, I want to talk about the minifigures you can build first, so let's talk about that first. Okay, so you walk into your Lego store right now, you want to build some minifigures, you can build these. For, if you're Canadian, of course, you can get 3 minifigures for the price of $15. Yes, you gotta do that. So, and honestly, I think it's worth it. Yeah, first up we got Lloyd. He does have the torso and the mask that you would get on the new Legacy CX Lloyd in that, so it's a good way to get that until the set is actually available again, so you can get the legs. As for the head, basically it is more of his youthful look. A lot of these guys do have double-sided faces in that. Lloyd has, again, the youthful look with a scared face in that, so yeah, that's what I like. I like the figure, it's pretty cool, Again, good way to get the new Lloyd. Then you got Dareth. I'm just saying, you throw on the old legs and you got a rebooted Dareth. You'd have a perfect Dareth figure right there. Wish you had some leg printing, but we can't always get what we want. And then he has an alternate face print, which is the singer's face in that. It's been notoriously put with Dareth now, I guess. And honestly, I don't mind it. I actually think it's a pretty cool face in that. But yeah, the Dareth minifigure is really cool. Then you got Pixel in that, which honestly, man, I like her. Again, maybe some leg printing, but I'm gonna say this, even without leg printing, I like it. It's really dang cool in that. And I gotta say, some of the minifigures that have back printing designs, so good in that. I especially love like Pixel's design. It's the Samurai X logo. So yeah, and then she has like this other cool face in that, which is like sort of like her own face mask in that. Really like that. And then you got Mistake as an Oni. Not much to say there. I do like it. Now the one I really like out of this wave though is Nia. It's basically in the style of her old costume from like season 1 and 2 and that, and the pilot, but now it's in like her mom's colors. And if you're wondering, yes, I do have the blacksmith shop in that. I just haven't built it, so I won't be covering it. But you know what, from what I've seen, it looks like a good set. I just have other stuff to do, so unfortunately I cannot cover it. But yeah, as for Nia, she's using the Lego Ninjago movie, aka the face they've been using for all the ninjas and all that. So yeah, but I really like the detail on the suit. It is just great to get, in my opinion. It is an awesome suit. I've always loved Nia's like season 1, 2 style suit in that. Like, I don't know. I just like costumes that look like the traditional style of the period that it's representing. And honestly, I don't know, man, I'm a sucker for cool costumes and that. Maybe that's why I like Samurai X too, like that design for the first season. I don't know, man, I just really like the Komodo style that she has. So yeah, then you got Aaron. He's Aaron. He's a back printing in that. He uses the mid-teen legs. I think these are the legs. If not, oops. So this isn't the accessory he would come with in that. I just grabbed whatever I found. Again, build a minifigure. I'm building a minifigure that I want to see. He doesn't have a double-side face though, so yeah. And then we get to Zora, who's using the hairpiece that's from the Monkey Kid. She has back printing in that, and a double face, and alternate, and also an alternate face in that. And this is when she was in that one thing from Dragons Rising. I can't remember the name. It was the whole thing around the season. They took dragons and all that. I'm most likely gonna put it here, slowly saying what it is. But yeah, overall, I think Zora's minifigure is cool. Not my favorite, but yeah. But here's the thing though, right? So you know how I said you get 3 minifigures for the price of 15 here in Canada? So you need to build 15, right? Wait, so you actually need to build 3 minifigures, right? But there's one problem. If you're looking at the lineup, there's 7. So you get to build 2 extra minifigures. You can either basically use the chance that you're given to, you know, build some other parts of minifigures that you see, that you want and you desire, you know, some cool, amazing parts that are just outright cool in that. Or you could just be like me and just get an extra Nia and Dareth. If you can't tell, again, these are like my favorites in the line for this build a minifigure thing, you know? I really like it. It's really cool. So yeah. Okay, let's talk about the set now. Okay, let's get to the set you're all here for. All right, here we have it, the Monastery of Spinjitzu. I know we want me to talk about this, that's why we're all here, but before we do, okay, if you want me to show the box, here's a JPEG of the box. So let's put this to the side, we'll get to it eventually. I want to talk about the instruction first. Also, if you try the QR code here, on my copy of the manual, I didn't get a work, I already took the 25 VIP points. But I want to talk about this. So you can pause it here if you want to read what this says. And that, and then you got this. And look, as a diehard Ninjago fan, this makes me happy and all that. So now I am going to have to say, like, tell you all something unfortunate. I do not know where these 4 are. I do have them, I just misplaced them from the old one. Wu and Nia have unfortunately been torn apart. And now I never got that version of Wu because I never got the first Monastery of Spinjitzu. But for Lloyd, well, you're in for some good news. We'll be able to do a comparison there. Before, again, we talk about the Monastery, I want to talk about the display piece that comes with the 50th anniversary minifigures. You got the original Lightning Ninja. Her name will be somewhere. She doesn't have any, you know, alternate face, just cool back printing though. And then some lightning effect and that. But I really like the display. You also get the display with the one that comes in the blacksmith shop. So again, unfortunately, I won't be able to combine them with the Monastery. So hey, maybe I'll do a quick review of the Monastery. We'll see. But yeah, I do like this minifigure though. Really love the detailing and all that. I 100% think the next ones we're gonna get is more Spinjitzu masters, like old ones and that. So, but yeah, people say this face is from City. Maybe it is. I don't know. So let's talk about this now. We're gonna remove the minifigures because if you're wondering how they're all able to attach here, it's because of a jumper piece that they all have on there. There's like, you know, a stud that, you know, you slip it into and all that. So yeah. I'm gonna take those all out, so just give me a sec. Okay, with all this out, I just also want to mention that this little piece here does fall out easily and that, so when you're to put one of these in, like, you know, one of these jumper pieces in, just know that's gonna pop out too. But basically, I really like the detailing. It really does capture the old Monastery from the show, and that, really like that. The doors do, in fact, open, but as you see, it's just a white background and that. But I really love what they did. I love the aesthetic and all that. Love the little cherry blossom tree that they got here. It's really cool. Love how the display is, like, you know, the base here set up looks awesome. Really, I don't know, I'm geeking out because this is technically my first ever Monastery set. I never got the others, so this is technically my first. Take that as you will. That's my first. But yeah, I really do like what they have here. Then when you turn it around, actually, you got some more. You got some candle pieces. You know, you could have Wu placed here, like the doors are open and all that. And then you got a little tea area here, right? But there's a reason I like this a lot. Because all you OG all you OG Ninjago fans most likely know what this is. The battle between brothers. Yeah, and I like the teacup here and that. So, you know, you can put some minifigures in there. Yeah. Well, you can if you're not holding the golden weapons, but yeah, you can put another one in there. So, but yeah, I really, like, I don't have much to say about this build and all that, but it's just, it's so impressive and all that, especially when you get all the ninjas on, and then, you know, you have the display base here, which there's some pegs here, you can peg in from here, but there's also some here, holes here, you can plug it into there. So either or, and all that. And that, but I also forgot to mention I like the, if I didn't, love the 15 you know, display piece here for the Ninjago line that they got for the anniversary. So yeah, but this looks so much cooler when you got the minifigures all around. So speaking of that, let's actually talk about them, because I really want to talk about those. So let's talk about the Ninja that we get. Alrighty, putting that to the back, we're going to talk about the minifigures and all that. So let's not waste any time and let's get to it. So first up, we're going to talk about Sensei Wu, you know, as we all used to call him. Now he's Master Wu. Congratulations on the promotion, I guess. So yeah, he has a little teacup here, like how they're using that piece. And then you actually get a second one of these staffs. So, you know, if you ever want an extra, there you go. There's the printing here on the front and then the back. If you're wondering what Wu's face looks like here, it's this, very angry looking, very determined, and that you should expect that from Sensei Wu. He ain't rusty, no matter what Samakai says. So yeah, but I really like this new Sensei Wu minifigure and all that. I think it is really cool, really awesome, great update in that. So yeah, let's put him on the display space, as we'll be doing. Next up, we got Kai. 100% one of the best CX suits, I would say. In my personal opinion, this is like, I don't know, man. I feel like this one translated really well. I've always loved Kai's CX suit, so maybe that's why it's a little biasness in that. So yeah, but he does have the sort of fire as he always had. We are never getting rid of this piece. I'm glad about it. It's a cool piece. But yeah, as you can see, the face is just the usual Ninjago movie piece face that we get. So, and take off the shoulder pads here. And that, there's the logo and that. And yeah, because it's the old Ninjago movie head, it's the one with him smiling and that. So yeah, but I'm gonna say this, I really do like the masks for the Ninja. Love the update. So yeah, overall, I think Kai is definitely my favorite of the redos for the Ninja. Next up, we're gonna take a look at Zane, the Ninjroid. What was all your reaction when we saw that happen, you know? Because I'm gonna say this, I like the removed face. Really translated well. Backside is this. A lot of us were wondering how they're going to do Zane, especially if his new Lego Ninjago movie look in that. So, yeah, but I really like both expressions in that. So, because I had the robot face on, here's what he looks like without the Rupert face and that. And he does come with these shurikens of ice, of course. I do like this, but I don't know. This feels a little bland almost, you know? Like, there's a lot going on, but it still feels bland somehow. And if you're wondering what it looks like underneath, here you go. About the shoulder pad and all that. So, yeah, but overall, I do like how Zane came out, but it just feels like there's something missing that was on the original that this one's missing. So, I don't know for sure. Like, I can't put my finger on it of what it is, but I don't know. It's just something. Alrighty, next one up. We gotta talk about Cole. Now, both Cole and Jay had silver the first time and that, so I think Cole's looks passable and all that. And he does, of course, come with the Scythe of Quakes. Really like the build. I just don't think they can ever get it properly done, but hey, this is good. So, yeah, of course, the Lego Ninjago movie head and that. I actually don't mind the one for Cole. I don't know, I like the Kai updated one when he got his updated one, but there's the torso, well, the back, and the front of the torso. So, really like how Cole came out. I think his translation to the redo is good. I don't know, there's something about it that makes me say like there's something they can improve upon, but I just don't know what it is though. But overall, it's passable, serviceable, in my opinion. Okay, next up we have the Master of Lightning himself, Jay Walker. He comes with the nunchucks of lightning and that. Wish the piece was a little longer, but hey, I like how it came out. And then I think this is a new face print because I don't remember Jay having this when the Lego Ninjago movie sets were coming out. We got this. He got his little nervous look. I don't think Jay translated too well in that. Like, I mean, I can see where they're coming from with the translation, but it also feels like it didn't translate properly with him. But then you got the torso here. I like that. I would just say, you know, for Jay, I don't know. They could have done maybe more ish in that with the translation and that, but I think Jay was a little harder to do in that. But if you look closely on the torso, actually, there's some golden lightning. So they tried to make it work. But, you know, I just think, you know, we were almost there. And I should also mention all the ninjas in their ZX outfits this time around have toe printing. I don't know. I feel like people wanted that. I don't know. So yeah, there's Jay. Okay, next up, we have Nia. So, yeah. Like the Samurai X helmet. Looks pretty cool. And you got the Lego Ninjago movie head. She does come with 2 swords in that, and a armor piece here in that. AK, I don't think they want to throw in another ZX armor piece in that, because, I don't know. But I do like how Nia's torso came out. Pretty cool. Loved how the translation came out for her disguise when she was Samurai X. So, yeah. Not much to say. Nia is good. I do like how they included the blue belt. Maybe that's a reference to the fact that she becomes a water ninja later on. I don't know, man. So, overall, Nia, good. Alright, and we get to our last minifigure to be talked about that I will in fact be doing a comparison with, that being Lloyd. Yeah, it's interesting. I started the video off talking about the build a minifigure Lloyd. I went off older Lloyd in that. Almost like how the show went almost. But yeah, basically for Lloyd, it's the usual Lego Ninjago head. I did talk about the torso. So what you saw with the torso for the BAM one is just the same here. The legs are just, you know, new in that. I do like how Lloyd came out in that. I even say this. I think it's very fitting for Lloyd, actually, for how he looks and all that and came out, because moving him aside, putting this here. Yes, I was able to find my old Green Ninja one. I still remember when I got the sets with him in it. It was in Calgary. It was the first time I had a wallet, and also the first time I lost a wallet. But besides that, yeah, translation, pretty good, I'd say. I do like here's the thing. I like aspects of this one, but I like aspects of this one. So, you know, the way I view it in that is basically this is Lloyd when he's older and that, right? Like, if you want an in-canon reason, this is, of course, the original CX suit that Lloyd had. But this is if ever they want to go back to the CX suits, Lloyd just upgrades this. This becomes gold in that because, you know, it's the golden ninja, green ninja. You know the lore. That's why you're here. So, but overall, I do like how it came out and all that. So, yeah, it's just cool. And I do have 2 Lloyds in that. I used the other one for a villain of that one video I made for Ninjago, but it can't be on. You know, this stuff happened and that. So anyways, how's about we wrap up this review? And yeah, because I'll tell you this. I love this set. It's a really cool set. When I'll build the blacksmith shop, I don't know, maybe we'll see this next part if I talk about it. Anyways, let's get to the end if not. Alrighty, so wrapping it up here and that. Final thoughts? I think that basically this is a really good way to do the legacy stuff. Now apparently they're not done it yet. There's still more legacy stuff that is set to come out, and I'm excited for it. One of my hopes is maybe a redo of the Ultrasonic Raider, maybe a bigger Great Devourer. Okay, maybe not that because that might cost a lot more money. But for what we got here, I really do like it in that. And again, you know, given everything that's going on right now, it's just, you know, I think it's a little relaxing in that to just talk about stuff from our childhood that makes us happy during these crazy times and all that. So, yeah, it's just one of those things. Look back on our childhood and see that it's still here in that. Sorry I said this message and all that. I just think we sometimes need to hear it. It's very crazy and all that. So, yeah. I really don't know how to end this video. So, yeah. Maybe I have one way, though, if I can end it. Review for this coming eventually soon. Alright, bye.